BigBear.AI is on to another big trend this morning, up over 13% as we just wrapped up our live session in Stockmate. We ended up trading it and we sold right here at market open at about somewhere around 390 and then bought back in here on Big Bear, continued to buy in. So a short-term position on top of our already big long position. And we decided to take a short-term position again. So we locked in about $160 profit, sold back down, we got back in, and now it's up another $142 profit, 146 and 165. Wow, it's moving. And that means that we're ending the day here just a little bit, not even end of the day, starting the day up a little bit over $320. And again, fairly small position there on this BigBear.AI trade. I think it was like 2,500 or something like that we're investing, or a little bit less than that. So overall, we see it continue to rally. We had this conversation here this morning earlier in Stockmates. All of our members were tuning in, and they said, "What if we take a look at Nvidia? What if we take a look at LAES? We were looking at Quantum, and what if we look at SoFi? This then we're looking at Big Bear. We're like, this could be the day where it can make that run, and it started making the run, and we've been able to capitalize on it. And also, we're getting to see it maybe continue this trend, right? The next kind of level that we've been looking forward to potentially with Big Bear is getting back up into this $5 range. So it's been consolidating really since March from left to right for many months. And then, the overall market cap is building. We start to see it pick up this momentum. We're saying, all right, maybe we start to see it build back into that $5 range. So very happy to see that we're able to capitalize on it so far this morning. Outside of that, Rigetti's up big as well on our overall position, about 33%. Tesla is up about 19% on our swing trade. So portfolio is up about 7% today. So when it comes down to Big Bear, couple things to note. They're leading AI and large language models today, and CTM doing fairly well there, and AMD doing well. And it's looking pretty good from a tech perspective today. When you take a look at some of the movement in BBAI, you could search the stock and get into their news. There hasn't been any specific news articles as of recently from their company. What's happening right now is simply a response and capitalization, people reacting to the news in the past. The good news from the past is they have Drone Swarm, a partnership there with U.S. Army. They have different footholds in different areas, whether it's the Department of Defense, the Pentagon, the Army, or the Navy. Or if you're looking at here, you got Homeland Security. They also are right there in the airports. So their biometric solutions, their biometric boarding solutions are there in Denver International Airport, Heathrow. Just saw a comment the other day. Someone said, I just went through one of the airports. I don't know if it was like North Carolina or something like that. And they were like, I just saw the BigBear.AI there. And personally, I got scanned my face as well. My face was scanned at Denver International Airport. So on top of that, they got the $160 million a year, or $160 million 5-year Army. And then they also got a $17.9 million extension there. So overall, they're seeing, more contracts that are heating up the company. Then you go over to their government and defense. So they have an AI-driven decision intelligence that's able to look at all the things, whether it's in a camera, whether it's, through profiling at the airports or at the borders, and be able to help make decisions for you or for the agency that is deploying them. So a lot of things happening. You got Homeland and Border Security, you got defense. You can head over to intelligence and see how they're kind of moving with open source intelligence, automated monitoring and alerting from edge, and computer vision. So computer vision is really one of the things that I think will be one of the biggest, because computer vision kind of means like we can look at, let's say, a cafe, and we can see everything that's happening, and it can point out, how many cups of coffee people order, where they're going, how many people come, and how many people go, and based on their recognition, how often does that person come? How much money do they spend? How many times do they use the restroom? What are their facial expressions when they drink the coffee? Do you think those things might be helpful? Those are the types of things that, imagine you literally could hire someone for any agency, whether it's in the government or, if they're not doing government, maybe they're working with other solutions with modeling simulations or digital or computer vision or digital identity, where you could, rather than have somebody go into your store and you hire them and they sit there and they watch everybody and they're going to miss almost everything. You could have an AI do it for you, right? So that's what their tech does, and they're being deployed in places all over the world. In fact, one of the big ones you can see, they recently met here, BASC Panama 2025 Forum, secure trade and logistics. They didn't talk about this, but to me, like, I feel like that's exactly why a part of why they met is to, like, be able to, for example, have computer vision over what's going on in the Panama Canal. I mean, that's speculation on my part, but they've showed pictures of the the ports with analyzing it. So you got AI where it matters. They're working in space, land, sea. So that's kind of what we we're just talking about. Joint operations, and they are AI that is making that possible. So when we're looking at their company's news and their contracts, they're pretty consistent. When we look at their recent financials, they've been pretty good. And 1.2 billion, and revenue pretty holding steady around 30 to 40 million dollars per quarter. And on top of that, they announced that not all their contracts had hit the balance sheet as of recently. So we'll see as we take a look at the stock. It is continuing to rally. So again, that position that we entered live in our market session in Stockmates, so just a few minutes ago, we were trading live. $200 so far profit since that entry. And we also sold $160 profit right at market open here from a pre-market trade. So we're up a little bit under $400 on BigBear.AI stock today on the short term. On the long term, it seems that we would be up. It seems that we're up a little bit over $700 profit on BigBear for our long-term Charles Schwab portfolio for BigBear. So BigBear continuing to make this rally. The next levels at which we're seeing it get to, I mean, we talked about it a few times, but there's this resistance at $4.37. Aside from that, really what we're looking at for the next level is getting back up to this range of about $4.80 to $5. That would be this trend happening here up to this $5 range. And so a continuation from here, while we want to manage risk and play it smart, there's about a 23% upside for that move to play out if it does continue. And then, of course, if we see it get into midway up to its previous highs or to previous highs, we're talking about a 60% increase to 160% increase potential. So the upside is playing out a little bit today, but we do have to watch as it's up 17% so far to start the day. So when it comes down to the moves, the reality is the most important thing is that you have a plan. While it looks overextended, and we could say, wow, it's so overextended, it would make so much sense that it sells down. At the same time, the most important thing is that we have a plan, and we'll watch here closely. So it's possible we lock in these profits, look for that pullback, and then enter again here on Big Bear. But we'll just have to see how it plays out throughout the rest of the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Let me know what you're thinking about Big Bear. Hopefully you've been able to take advantage of some of these moves as recently when you subscribe. If you ever want to join us in the daily live sessions, there's an exclusive discount that we have this weekend that I will extend just for the next few hours for Memorial Weekend. So if you want to take advantage of it, it's the second link down below. You get daily live trading, hours and hours of technical and fundamental and financial analysis, as well as a free t-shirts from Stockmates. And on top of that, you get a one-on-one bonus call with myself. So if that sounds like something you'd like, again, it's a second link in the description so we can talk and get you in our daily live trading Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time if you want to be there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.